Hello, 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 my lovely watchers. I cannot wait to dive into our topic today, which is how I created consistent 10K months while having a 9-to-5 job. And so I was able to grow my coaching business to consistent 10K months and then quit my 9-to-5 job and become a full-time coach. And we're diving into exactly how. So the first things that you need to do when you are having your 9-to-5 job and a coaching business at the same time is reduce your to-do list. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen people working so hard on their side hustle, working so hard on their coaching business, and they're completely overwhelmed. They have not finished a to-do list in months. They are always trying all these different strategies, webinars, funnels, group programs, Instagram, TikTok, everything, and they're so overwhelmed. And they're like, Dielle, why am I not making any sales? Why haven't I quit yet? The first thing you wanna do is reduce your to-do list with just these 3 things. You want to create sales content, you want to do sales calls to convert clients into a yes, and then you just want to coach your clients. Those should be the only 3 activities on your list. You can create sales content just on one platform, then you'll drive them to book a sales call with you. You'll convert them into a yes, and then you just have to coach them and help them get results. That should be the only thing on your to-do list in order to make sales and create 10K months with a 9-to-5 job. You should have a lot more energy. You should be able to spend time with your family and work on your job when those are the only things that you're doing. The second thing you have to do in order to balance your 9-to-5 job and grow your coaching business is you have to take your weekends off to rest. I know. You think you need to burn the candle at both ends. You think you need to work twice as hard in your 9-to-5 and in your business. This is one of the biggest ways to actually burn out and not have a job or a coaching business. I remember I spent my whole weekend, all day Saturday and all day Sunday working on my business. One of the biggest mistakes I made. I was working. I was in my office. I didn't leave. I didn't step outside for fresh air. Nothing. I was working and being so overwhelmed. And I got into my job on Monday morning and I was exhausted. I had bags under my eyes and I was not looking forward to that week. And my boss said, "How was your weekend?" And I literally said, "Fine," through a fake smile. And I was just so overwhelmed. And that was a lesson where I was like, I cannot keep this up unless I work on my business during the week and have my weekends completely off. So it's so important to have at least one day, if not 2, but one day where all you're doing is just focused on resting. You get more ideas for your business. You'll feel a lot more rested going into your job. Your family will appreciate the quality time off, and you will be more sustainable in your coaching business. The third thing that I had to do was I had to also decide that my time was enough. If I had a busy work week where maybe I couldn't do my sales content before my 9-to-5 job, which is what I did, or maybe I had to go on a work trip and my week was cut in half because I had to travel. Whatever that was, I always decided that I had enough time. I didn't think that time was just gonna fix all my problems and magically create more sales. I had the understanding that my time was enough with whatever I had. So if I just had an hour, I could create a client in that hour. If I had a 30-minute lunch break, I had time to sit and think about my clients and create a piece of content in that 30 minutes. My time was enough. And so whatever time you have, you wanna make sure that you are not comparing it or fantasizing it, saying, one day when I don't have this job, I'll be able to make more. No, you get to make as much money as you want with the schedule that you have right now. From there, you want to maximize your work hours. So say you have 1 hour to do your sales content, that window of time for you to get something done. Instead of creating 1 post on social media, create 3. Instead of creating just 1 video, create 2. Where can you spend and maximize that time as much as possible? I would just spend 2 days, not even every single day, just 2 days knocking out my content for the whole week or 2 weeks because I just focused on maximizing the time that I had. So when I did have a window, I used that window to its fullest. And then if you're wondering, okay, Dielle, but I have this 9-to-5 job, but I don't know how to actually plan out my time, here's how I did it. I would do 1 thing in the morning and then 1 thing in the evening. So I would typically do my sales content in the morning, and then in the evening, I would do coaching calls or sales calls. And that was my schedule, and I kept it super simple. And then on the weekends, I had off. So this is what I did in order to create consistent 10K months with a 9-to-5 job. I kept things simple. I only focused on sales content, coaching calls, and sales calls, and I was able to maximize the time that I had without complaining for wanting more. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you want to dive more into my strategies on creating 5 to 10K months on part-time hours, click the description box for a free sales training where I dive so much deeper into all of these strategies, and I will see you in the next video.